Hey everybody, this is Mad Matt Carter. Thank you so much for watching the AIWF Network YouTube channel as well as the AIWF Ringside Wrestling channel. If you like what you see, please do us a big favor. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications every time we post new videos on both our channels. It means a lot to us, and thanks a lot for watching once again.
What's happening in Martinsville? How's everybody doing today? Rick Diesel right here. Check this out. I'm all in black today. Tank top, black shorts, black hat. Look like Johnny Cash on vacation. Yeah, I feel good today, man. Feel real good today. Good, nice, pretty weather outside. Yes, 1 week away from the big TV taping over here at the Boxing Center. You do want to be there. Trust me. You do want to be there. If nothing else, just be there for Rick Diesel and Brian Danzig versus the TVA. Because that's getting out of hand, man. It's unbelievable. Let's get to the phones. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, man, what are you doing? What? Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
Who is this?
Who is this?
Oh, man, that voice sounds so familiar. Talk to me.
Who's it sound like?
Sound like a friend of mine from far, far away.
How about from Florida?
Roadblock. What's going on, brother?
Good, man.
I didn't want to call something, I didn't want to say, that sounds like Roadblock. But,
That's me, brother. What's going on?
What's happening, dude?
What are you doing up there?
Oh, man, hey, I got some of that Florida sunshine leaking up here. What's it look like down there?
Rain.
Are you serious?
For the last 4 days straight.
It's sun shining up here, about 70, 80 degrees.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in.
Well, you get that kind of weather all year while the rest of us have to suffer in the cold and freezing temperatures.
Hey, you forget I was up there for a year in that garbage.
I know, man. I know, man.
Who's on the show today?
Just me, man.
Just you?
Just me.
Rick, I don't know.
What?
Are they just leaving you by yourself now?
They're all getting where they're afraid to come up here, I believe. They can't handle the pressure that the people in Martinsville put on them.
I think I might have to come back and just come up there with you.
You may have to do it. Next time you up, man, in this area, let me know. You come on the show with me.
Well, I want to know. I'm going to pressure you right on live TV in front of everybody. When are you coming here?
Oh, man.
It's a hard question, ain't it?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm going to. You know I am, man.
Well, the invitation stands.
I know that.
Anytime.
Hey, we might I ought to come down our 4th of July weekend.
Well, everything goes on then. Firecracker 400, all that business.
That's true.
Everything goes on July 4th.
Hey, we'll talk, man, between now and then, see if we can't work something out.
Well, hey, the invitation stands. My house is your house.
That's it, brother. I appreciate it.
I just want to call and see how things are going up there.
It's going great, man. I'm glad you called. Hadn't heard from you in a while. I like it when you call up here and rap with me on TV.
Well, I was in the hospital, didn't you?
No.
Yeah.
What happened?
I'm being serious. They thought I had heart disease.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Man, don't be calling up here and tell me out on live TV. You depress me and stuff.
Well, don't worry. It was just muscle damage in my chest.
Good. Hey, have you heard anything from those shots you might have been getting from a big time?
I heard.
I'm going to pressure you now.
Huh?
I'm going to pressure you now.
Well, I have a chance to do a show here 2 weeks from now. It's called Born to Ride. It's in front of 30,000 bikers. It's a charity event.
Go for it, brother.
With Savage, Hogan, Warlord, Barbarian. Yeah.
I like that. You do it, man.
I'm going to.
Let me know how it goes.
It's going to be one of them good shows.
Go, if you see Hogan out wandering around him, tell him I said he sucks.
Well, I know that, but I can't. I don't want to screw it up, where I don't get to do the show.
Okay, I understand. Tell him after the show.
You know that.
Then Rick Diesel said he sucks from Cable 6, Martinsville, Virginia.
I can tell him that.
Do it for me, brother.
I can tell him that.
Hey, write it down. Write a letter, sign my name to it, and tell him I sent it to you and told you to give it to him. Tell him if he's got...
I can do that. You know that.
Tell him I know he ain't got no hair on his head, but has he got enough hair on his ass to come up here and face me in person on live on TV? Write a letter, tell him I give it to you, sign my name to it, and ask him that.
Well, if he ain't got enough hair on his ass, I know you got enough somewhere else. You got enough on your cojones.
There you go, brother.
Well, y'all have a good one. I want to say hey to y'all.
Call me at the house, man. We'll talk about me coming down.
All right, brother, I'll do it.
All right, man.
All right, later.
Bye. Roadblock Rex, first caller. Please, Rex, give that letter to Hogan for me. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey,
What's happening?
nothing much. I bet you cannot guess what I want to do when I grow up.
Be a waitress at the Sonic.
No,
I don't know, what?
a wrestler.
Go for it. Go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what I want to be when I grow up. Look, I'm grown up. Look what I'm doing.
Yeah, but just it sounds weird, I think.
Why?
I don't know, I just think it sounds weird.
That you want to be a wrestler when you grow up?
And I don't know, my brother might be.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I
It's
brought
fun.
tape to my school of free-for-all, and my teacher approved to the whole class that it's fake by pushing the slow motion button.
How and just exactly what was it that they showed in slow motion?
Somebody hitting another person's face.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I didn't watch the free for all. I didn't even watch In Your House, to be honest with you.
Well, you better be glad you didn't order it twice.
Yeah, from what I heard, didn't nobody get to watch it all. Mother Nature says, WWF, you shall be taken off the air. I love that. Even Mother Nature don't even like WWF no more.
I might be able to come up to the boxing center and see you because they moved my brother's graduation to June 7th.
Cool. Come on up. We'll be there next Saturday night. It's gonna be awesome.
What time?
We'll probably start the show around 7:30 or 8. It'll be between 7:30 and 8. It's bell time.
All right. How
Get there
much?
early.
Do you know how much it'll be?
I'll find out though in about 5 minutes. Will you run and ask how much they're gonna charge the boxing center? They don't ever tell me these things.
What do you
I
think?
don't set the prices. I just like show up and beat on people.
What do you think about Goldust and Warrior?
I think they'd make a cute couple on top of a wedding cake.
What do you think about Sean and Bulldog? Because two people have. One of them says Sean won, and the other one says that Bulldog won.
To be honest with you, from what I've seen, just from what WWF showed on Monday Night Raw, the first referee's decision is one that has to stand. As long as he is able to make a decision, then that's the decision that counts. So, Sean won. You know what I'm saying?
And I like that decision.
The first referee made his decision. He was the referee, sanctioned the referee that match. His decision is one that stands. That's the rules.
What do you think about Sonny and the Smoking Guns and Sonny dropping the Godwins?
I think that the Smoking Guns are being set up like they ain't never been set up before. Sonny ain't gonna leave a body, Donna's not unless there's a reason behind it. You know what I'm saying? There's a ulterior motive there.
What do you think about Ahmed Johnson and Goldust?
I think when Goldust stands beside Ahmed Johnson, you can really tell that Goldust needs a tan.
Some people are saying that Ric Flair is sorry, but I don't exactly agree with them.
I don't agree with him at all.
What do you think about Stone Cold Steve Austin and Savio Vega?
I think when Steve Austin stands beside Savio Vega, you can tell Steve Austin really needs a tan. But Steve Austin will kick his butt for long anyhow. But he'll do it without Ted DiBiase because Ted DiBiase is, and I'm pretty sure he's gone. He should be gone considering he's signing a contract with WCW.
They already said on Mania that he's gone.
Yeah, he's going to WCW.
So who's your favorite wrestler in WWF?
In WWF, my favorite wrestler? Well, I'll tell you, my favorite wrestler in the WWF is not in the WWF, but he is in the WWF. You know what I'm saying? My favorite wrestler in the WWF is Cactus Jack, but Cactus Jack is not in the WWF. Mankind is. That makes sense?
So what about WCW, Rick?
Yeah, Ric Flair.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye. Thanks for calling. Oh, I just want to let everybody know, Big Jim wrote me another letter, man. Big Jim's cool. Everybody, if you want the address to Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer, all right, go find you a pencil, piece of paper, and everything. Big Jim sent me the address, and here in a few minutes I will give it out, so I'll give you a chance to go get your pencil and piece of paper. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Rick.
Hey.
Who does Razor Ramon have with him at the WCW?
In my opinion, I'm pretty sure that he's saying get 3 of your best.
3 of your best wrestlers.
All right, look for Diesel and...
Well, is Ted DiBiase going back to wrestling, or is he going to be a manager?
Well, Ted DiBiase, I don't think will ever wrestle. I look for either Ted DiBiase to manage those two, or there's a really big secret out there.
But what's going to happen? Are they going to join WCW, or are they...
Yes, they are signed with WCW.
Then what are they coming up with this stupid thing is, if you want a war, we'll give you a war? I mean...
Well, they're just more or less saying the reason we're coming to WCW is because we're sick and tired of listening at you run your mouth.
And calling, was it Scheme Gene?
Yeah.
And Nacho Man?
Yeah, Nacho Man, yeah. But that's more or less what they're saying. You know, we've set up there, we've listened to you long enough. So the only way they're going to be able to come to WCW is sign a contract.
Well, who do you think Diamond Dallas Page's backer is?
To be honest with you,
I think it's his girlfriend.
It could be. I actually, for a while, thought it might be Ted DiBiase.
Well, yeah, so
but the rumor is Ted DiBiase's going to manage Razor and Diesel, which they'll probably be known as Scott Hall and maybe Vinny Vegas down there.
Yeah, but I think old Diamond Dallas is backing old Diamond Dallas Page up.
I wished it was Elizabeth.
Oh, I know. either that or woman.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Just, just throw some more Randy Savage's money around. I like it.
How does Lex Luger get the title match when Diamond Dallas Page actually won it, but then he didn't win it?
Well, see, they're trying to say that when viewing the instant replay, Diamond Dallas Page's feet touched the floor in the Battle Royal.
Well, it's fine then. The last person Diamond Dallas eliminated should be the one who gets the title shot.
Exactly. Lex Luger, he shouldn't even been there.
Lex Luger was eliminated a long time ago.
Well, it's all these guys sitting around in a big table, okay, in a WCW boardroom saying, who can we give this title match to that'll really excite the fans? You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with who deserves it. It's all got to do with who they think is going to bring in the biggest buck. You know what I'm saying?
I think Ric Flair needs to get rid of both women, let Ted DiBiase be his manager.
Oh, yeah.
And then you could have Arn Anderson and Chris Benoit and add either Razor Ramon and Diesel, make the Four Horsemen and let him manage.
There you go. That would be awesome.
A man can do a lot more than a woman can. I mean, she scratches eyes out, use a shoe, so what?
Well, throw coffee.
That's what I'm saying, but Ted DiBiase is a lot smarter than both of those women.
Yeah, neither one, all them women they're not managers to Ric Flair. A woman cannot be a manager in the sport of professional wrestling because she does not know how to think like a man. Now, I don't want to get all women all out there all upset. If you do, I'm sorry, and I hate it. But a woman cannot be a manager in the sport of professional wrestling because she cannot think like a man. All a woman can be in this sport is an arm piece. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to walk a man back and forth the ring and look good.
Well, yeah, that also. But if you got Diamond Dallas facing the Booty Man, and Diamond Dallas goes after the Booty Girl, then that takes away from the Booty Man's wrestling because he's having to protect his manager and wrestle at the same time.
Exactly.
But what about what's her face over in WWF managing Billy and Bart?
That's a setup, man. It's got to be. She hasn't even had no cross words with Body Donnas. You know what I'm saying? She hasn't argued with him. She hasn't. There's been no trouble in the ranks, so to speak.
Then why did the other night when they had a title defense, she didn't go ahead and help Brother Body Donnas win the belts from them?
I don't think they're ready for that. There's something. It'll happen.
Well, they had in a magazine that she was going to quit managing the Body Donnas and manage people like Shawn Michaels and, people that's got titles, people that's going to actually go somewhere.
I don't know. It could happen, but I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. She's been with Chris Candido too long. It could happen. I may be wrong, but I just feel like there's a setup in there somewhere.
How much longer do you think Bobby Eaton's going to put up at the Blue Bloods?
Oh, Bobby Eaton, he won't be there long. He's sick of that.
Do you think when he quits he'll stay there or go to another federation?
I think he'll stay there and feud with Steve Austin. I mean, not Steve Austin, Steve Regal. That's what I look for.
Okay. All right, well, I'll talk to you later.
All right, man, thanks.
Good Lord, Kevin. Look at that thing. Yo, Chris, come here. Look at this. You
Oh,
see
that's
that?
huge,
Dude.
man. That might be the biggest one I've ever
I
seen.
know,
Yo,
right?
Look at this.
Look.
That's huge, man.
It's like a baby's arm, man.
I
man.
know. That's nice, man. What can I say, guys? You know,
George, come check this out, man. Check that
You
out.
gotta see this.
What is all the... Oh my gosh. That's right. It's the King's hot dog.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, the rumors are true. The King Dog, 14 inches of pure beef.
Hello, you on there?
Yo, Diesel,
Yeah.
did you hear what WCW, which tag team they're bringing back on Nitro?
Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's the new Rock and Roll Express or the old Rock and Roll Express. Of course, as long as Ricky Martin's with him, it's got to be the old Rock and Roll Express because he's like, what, 45 now?
Man, that's going to be pitiful, man.
You know why they bring him in there, don't you? So they can give somebody easy for Flair and Anderson to beat up on. That's exactly what they're doing. Because they're gonna wrestle Flair and Anderson on Nitro, and they're just, you know, they just need somebody that is an established team. You know what I'm saying? That everybody remembers as being great, and they can bring them in, and Ric Flair and Arn Anderson can throw them around like rag dolls, and so Rick and Arn is gonna look real tough going into the Great American Bash against the football players. That's exactly what they're doing. You wait and see.
Have you figured out what that blood runs cold is?
I have heard that it's a herd of ninjas.
What?
I have heard that it is a bunch of ninjas, man. It's like 3 or 4 ninjas that's coming in. I don't know how true that rumor is, but that's what I have heard. Don't quote me on it, but I have heard that.
Rey Mysterio Jr., he in WCW.
Yeah, man. He's going to be at the Great American Bash, him and Dean Malenko for the Cruiserweight title. That's if I watch the Great American Bash, that's the main match I'm looking for. That's going to be so good.
In your professional opinion, who is the greatest wrestler in the world?
The greatest wrestler in the world?
Yeah.
Well, right now, I want to say Sabu, but Sabu don't do a whole lot of wrestling. He's like a big bird. You know, he just flies through the air a lot. Flair is so close to being the best, it's unreal. You know what I'm saying? But Flair's losing a lot, man. He's getting so hung up on this Randy Savage junk that he's losing track of where he's at and what he's doing. I'd say right now the greatest pure technical wrestler would have to be Bret Hart if he'll ever get back in the ring.
Yep.
Because he is real good. He knows every move that there is to know, and every counter to every move that there is to know.
You see that young prospect from the power plant, Billy Kidman?
Billy Kidman.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen him yet or not.
Oh, he was wrestling on the pro. I mean, he is what they say he is. He is bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him yet, but I'd like to if he's that good. I've seen Bobby Walker now. Bobby Walker's pretty good.
One more question, Diesel. Who do you think will win in a match between Diesel and the Giant?
I think right now Diesel, since he's on his way to the WCW, I think right now he's the only person in WCW that would have a chance against the Giant. He's got the size, he's got the attitude, and he's got the strength. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I think he's the only person that WCW has got on payroll that's that is capable of beating a giant. So yeah, I think Diesel would do real good against him.
All right, see you, Diesel.
Yeah, man. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Diesel, how you doing this morning?
What's
buddy?
happening?
Throw a couple of things at you real quick.
All right.
The Ted DiBiase scenario.
Uh-huh.
You know how they had the WWF had the skits going about billionaire Ted?
Yeah.
Well, I'd read before, probably about 6 weeks ago or so, Meltzer had a little thing that they were thinking of trying to bring him into WCW as Zillionaire Ted.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me none.
So that would be kind of a playoff of, you know.
Well, that's exactly what Razor Ramon was doing last Monday night.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's all started.
Yeah, I mean, at that, I think, did you see it live?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you notice the crowd reaction?
They was like...
They were stuck, because thought when he first come through the crowd that they were going to get a big pop because everybody knew who he was. But once he started talking and bad-mouthing and everything,
yeah,
it's like the crowd was at a total hush, and then they actually started booing him.
Yeah, they was totally stunned.
Yeah, I really don't like Bischoff and of everything that's been going on, but I think that if they play the angle right, that got over really big. I think he probably was patting himself on the back after that happened.
You know what really made me mad about the whole thing, though?
What's that?
I liked the match that they interrupted.
Oh, yeah. But they're notorious for that.
Yeah, they are.
If it was Hogan or Savage, you know, it would have never happened.
Did that was Mangler, Mahler, whatever his name was, did he not look like one of the Beverly Brothers?
Yeah. I heard that he was, gosh, what did they used to go by?
The Destruction
Crew or something like
the Destruction Crew. Mike Enos and Wayne Bloom.
Yeah. I think that may have been who he...
It looked like one of them, but see, he's shaved his head, cut all his hair, and it's been a long time since I've seen him. But I sat there thinking, God, that looks like one of them.
Yeah. Then the part about, the women in wrestling, the manage, they're not really there to manage. I think they're mostly there for just TNA.
Yeah, that's it. They're for show. The organizations bring them in so all the dirty old men and perverts will have something to look at.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not beyond, I'm not throwing off on other women out there, so if y'all gonna start calling in and give me a hard time, we'll go for it. I don't care, but I'm gonna say what I want to say, and I'm sure most of the guys out there will agree with me. There's nothing that these women have done that can actually prove to be technical in this sport. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Other than hand them a shoe, throw coffee in their face, scratch them, or, give them one of these.
Yeah.
That's all they've ever done. They bring them in so that the men will have something to look at, and they're ratings getters. That's what they are.
Because, back in the old days, you never saw stuff like that.
No, Of course, back in the old days, you didn't need it.
It was less cartoon and just more
exactly
heck out of each other.
Exactly.
But real quick on the ECW stuff. Now I've followed them since probably not too long after the creation, and I have to agree with you as far as they're mostly chair shots and frying pans and stuff like that. But when they bring some of the guys in from Japan, like Chris Jericho,
oh yeah,
stuff like that. Now that's
Rey Mysterio Jr.
You get your money worth there when they've been bringing Chris Jericho and Rob Van Dam in. And
I know Robbie V, man. He's a friend of mine.
That's some good stuff as far as technical wrestling goes. But mostly it's just they'll start in the ring for about 10 seconds, then take it out and just chair shots, crotch shots. And
like I said, it's the same match, just different people.
Yeah, but when they mix it up like that, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know what I'm saying? It's exciting, but see, like when I watch ECW, so we don't get it down there where I'm at. I haven't got no big satellite, so I'm not able to get it other than if somebody tapes like 3 or 4 shows and sends them to me, and I'll sit and watch them in one night. And after about the 3rd hour, it gets really sickening. But you know what I'm saying? Right. But I guess it's overkill.
Yeah.
I'm seeing so much of it, but I can see 20 matches and 12 wrestling holds.
Right.
But I like ECW. Don't get me wrong. I've got nothing against them. I think they're a heck of an organization. They've done a lot for the sport. They've brought back the old ways in a whole lot. Well, I think they just need to add more wrestling. And keep all that stuff. That's fine. I mean, they need to tell their guys. And I said, listen, fellas, chill out a little bit. The fans are here to see wrestling. Give them a couple of moves a match at least.
Right. They're shooting for the November to Remember to be their pay-per-view.
Really?
After they were real impressed, the Pancrease pay-per-view that came on went over even better than what the guys that organized the pay-per-view, as far as the buy rate for the actual houses, went over a lot better than what they thought by, I think it was about 2,000 extra. I think they were shooting for like 6,000 buys, and they actually got around 8,000.
Good. That's great.
It was about 2,000 more. And so they're shooting for, because November to Remember has always been their biggest show of the year.
Yeah.
And remember the old AWA?
Yeah, man. Nick Bockwinkel, Vern Gagne.
Have you
Buck
heard?
Zumhoff!
Vern's starting it back up.
Really?
And oh gosh, I don't know if this is worse than Hogan and Savage or not, but the two of the main guys, you'll never guess, two of the main guys, they used to have names, and they have, recognizable names now. Who the two of the guys, the main guys that's going to head up the organization as far as wrestlers?
Nick Bockwinkel, Larry Zbyszko.
No. The Z-Man.
Tom Zink.
And Baron von Raschke.
Oh, big-eared Baron. I remember him. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They need Buck Zumhoff. You remember him?
Yeah. Gosh, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, well, I hope they do good. I wish them well. There's no wrestling on the West Coast. If they started up back out there on the same way they did, that's great.
Just the play stuff's about the only thing they have out there. When they moved that, up through California.
That's it.
And everything. And one last quick thing about the reason Sonny didn't help them win the titles Monday night. It was a non-title match.
Okay.
I agree with you. It was a setup. So why would she have interfered on the non-title match?
Exactly.
See, that way they get the point across that she's not managing.
Exactly.
And it gets the point across to everybody better. So
it's coming. It's coming. It'll hit. It'll happen on a pay-per-view.
Yeah. But that was that one. And Brian Pillman's making his first appearance tonight at the Philadelphia, at the arena in Philly for ECW since his car accident.
Good. Hey, y'all let me know how it turns out.
I've got a friend of mine that usually goes up for the shows. I should talk to him Sunday or Monday.
Cool.
And he's not going to wrestle or anything. He's just making an appearance. But
hey, that's the start, man.
Yeah, at least he's up and walking and everything. But he's lucky. They said if he would have had his seatbelt on, it would have killed him. By the way, that all-terrain vehicle, whatever it was all crashed up and smashed and everything.
God, that's awful.
But anyway, good talking to you, D.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, we was talking about Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer. If you got your pens and pencils and typewriters and writing in blood and piece of paper, whatever, ready, I'm going to give you this address right quick. Big Jim sent this in to me. It's Wrestling Observer Newsletter, P.O. Box 1228, Campbell, California, 95009-1228. Okay? And they've got the subscriptions, $8 for 4 issues, $15 for 8 issues, $22 for 12 issues, $28 for 16, and so on, you know what I'm saying? But that's the address. If any of you didn't get it, call me. Let me know. I'll read it again later on in the show. Hello, you're on the air.
Good morning. Rick Diesel Fan Club here.
All right. I like that.
Yeah, we're a little bit concerned, though. We understand next Saturday night, y'all, you and Brian Danzig are going to be wrestling with the TVA.
That's it, man.
True. But you're going to have to look a lot meaner. You're looking tired this morning.
I am tired this morning, man. I was at a tough man contest last night, a fight contest, you know?
Huh?
I was at it till pretty late, so I'm wore out. That's all right. I'll be ready by next week. I don't have to worry about being tired this weekend. We're off tonight, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, enough talking about them other wrestlers. What's going on with the other people that you have?
You talking about
the other card, your people?
Oh, okay, man. Hey, cool. Hey, as a lot of you might know, Chris Wyndham and Jackie Anderson has joined forces to form the Ghost Riders.
Yeah. Who are they wrestling?
That's unbelievable, man. And we showed you seen the pictures last week, didn't you, from the bull rope match?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
All right, the Phantom, he's going to be wrestling Chris Wyndham up to Boxing Center. Johnny Reb is going to be taking on Major Breckenridge. And a very unusual match that I didn't think anybody would see. Superstar and Major Havoc. Now they're still friends. But they're just not tag team wrestlers no more. Superstar's got the heavyweight title, and he's got to put it on the line against his former tag team partner, Major Havoc. That'd be interesting.
I really don't blame him for getting out of tag team wrestling.
True.
You know, y'all pretty much got that under wraps, I think. So.
Yeah, they need to just go on and wrestle singles. That way they ain't got to worry about wrestling me and Brian.
Y'all keep on, and y'all will be the only tag team in there because they'll all be afraid to mess with you.
I like that.
Yeah.
I could go with that, man. I could go for that.
Okay, one WWF or WCW type question. How do you think Rick Rude compares to Ric Flair and all those?
I say Rick Rude. He's a good wrestler. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He knows what he needs to do to win. But if he's going to continue to be a major player in this sport, he needs to quit taking so much time off. You know what I'm saying? He should be coming back later on this summer. I've been saying it for months.
WCW.
I've been saying it for months. Do what?
We hear he's signing with WCW.
I don't know who he's coming. He may be going back with. I haven't heard. You could very well be right.
Well, we'll be there for you next Saturday night. You want us to bring any cheese graters or raid or anything like that?
Bring it on, man. I mean, seriously. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You people up here like ECW, so why not? We'll do the best we can as far as, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but y'all got them beat because y'all know the wrestling holds too.
There you go. Bring your cheese graters, bring your pop cans, bring your pop bottles or whatever, man. Chairs, boards, bring whatever you want to. As long as they ain't guns and knives, we're happy.
We'll see you, Rick.
All right, man. I like it. Somebody was handing me something, I'd use it. I don't care.
Tees Treats is a food truck service that operates out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. They serve decadent, delicious ice cream treats, hot dogs, chicken tenders, chicken sandwiches, nachos, funnel cakes, and so much more. They can be in multiple locations at the same time, available for festivals, athletic tournaments, concerts, or any gathering. When it comes to delicious quality and reasonable prices, you can't go wrong with Tees Treats. You can find out more about Tees Treats at facebook.com/Tees Treats, or you can give them a call at 336-755-8204. You'll find out that Tees Treats are not only the best concessions in wrestling, but the best concessions anywhere.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Rick.
Hey.
I've been trying to get it all morning.
I'm sorry, man.
That's all right. I hope Rick Rude goes to WCW, not WWF.
I hope he does too, because if he goes to WWF, all they're going to do is just make a clown out of him.
But they do to everybody.
Yeah.
And he can wrestle good wrestlers like Ric Flair. And,
yeah, there's more people in the WCW that can mesh with his style, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are you going to go to Nitro in Asheville?
I don't know. I've discussed it, but I might not. It all depends. I'd like to.
See a big 2-hour show.
Yeah, I'd love to go see it. I might. You never know. I might just show up down there.
Cool. What do you think about the Rock and Roll Express coming back? Man, I tell you. Well, like I said earlier, it's just an attempt for the WCW to show just how dominant Flair and Anderson is. So they go out and they pick up a team, you know what I'm saying, who's actually not done anything major in 10 years. Okay? But everybody still remembers them. Wow, Rock and Roll Express. Ha! I know the Rock and Roll Express, man. I've been on with them at Smoky Mountain shows. I've sat back in the dressing room and talked to Rick Morton while he's sitting there smoking 15 cigarettes before his match and 20 after. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Robert Gibson walking around going, I got my eye on you. You know what I'm saying? I've seen how these guys are. That's why they're bringing them in, so Ric Flair and Arn Anderson can slap them around a little bit and then get up in the camera and say, see, Steve McMichaels, see, Kevin Green, that's what we're going to do to you. I mean, come on. Who has the Rock and Roll Express wrestled in a long time? No big names.
Exactly. So that's what I think of the Rock and Roll Express, man. Got a little carried away, I know.
What did you think of Sting versus Scott Steiner?
Beautiful match. I loved that. And if that right there develops into a feud between
Lex Luger and Sting versus Steiner Brothers, then they better reinforce the roofs at WCW shows. You know what I'm saying?
Rick, I got news for you. They are going to fight them this Monday Nitro.
Yes, I love it.
Tag belts on the line.
I love it.
I can't wait.
I wouldn't surprise me if the Steiners didn't walk out there with them belts around their waist.
Yeah.
That is a feud to watch right there.
I don't think Sting and Luger are going to hold on the tag team belts forever because they're concentrating so much on singles matches now.
Exactly.
And what do you think about Dean Malenko and Rey Mysterio Jr.? Who do you think will win that match?
Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko?
I think Dean Malenko will win that match because, think about it, the man knows every hold in the book. He knows, just like I said about Bret Hart earlier, he knows every hold in the book. He knows the counter to every hold in the book. And whatever Rey Mysterio Jr. pulls out, Dean Malenko's got something for him.
Yeah, that's going to be an awesome match.
Yes, it will. That right there is the one match I'm looking forward to at the Great American Bash.
Who are you looking to win between Luger and the Giant? Giant, probably, right?
Yeah, Giant.
Because I'll have to disagree with you on one thing. You said Diesel would be the only person on the payroll to beat the Giant. I think Sting, really, I do.
Sting have a good chance. I don't think Sting's got as good a chance as Diesel or ever who he'll be when he gets here.
Maybe not, but he's got all... I mean, you were talking last week about somebody asked, I think, who would win between Shawn and the Giant, and you said Shawn's half line wouldn't have no effect, and it wouldn't.
No.
But Sting has... I mean, he has the strength, the speed, everything. He knows how to knock your legs out from under. He's beat big men before. He knows what to do in the ring.
You got a good point there.
What do you think about Ted DiBiase coming over?
I like it.
I think he should manage Ric Flair. That'd be...
I think that Ted DiBiase should have went to the WCW a long time ago.
I think they make him... I mean, WWF has such a horrible view of him. I mean, they turn people into... They break their image down into nothing.
WWF has got so many talented stars, but they will not let them... I mean, Dustin Rhodes is a good example. You know, I've never liked Dustin Rhodes, but the boy has got talent.
But they make him... I mean, they're in the ground.
Exactly. They don't care about his talent. They just want to know how tight his butt will look in a pair of gold spandex breeches. You know what I'm saying?
Sick.
Yeah, they want to turn him. I mean, they want to. They made a transvestite out of him, and the man is so talented, and they don't care. They said, well, we don't need your talent, and it's sad. And, you know, they like, well, we got Shawn Michaels. We don't need nobody else with talent.
Yeah, Rick, in your house. You didn't order it, right?
No.
That was the biggest ripoff I ever seen in my entire life. I am not ordering any more in your house. I'm just ordering the big pay-per-views. I'm sick of WWF to no end.
Well, hey, you're not alone, brother.
I ain't ordering it.
You're not alone, man. You are not alone.
I'll just rent it if I want it that bad.
There you
when
go.
It comes out.
There you go. 2 weeks after the show, it'll be on video.
I know. I mean, what's the point?
Exactly.
And I don't mean to drag out this thing about who went between Shawn and Sting, but, all right, guess who's been wrestling longer, Sting or Shawn?
Shawn.
Oh, you knew that?
Yeah.
13 years and Sting's only been 10 years.
Yeah.
All right, how many world titles has Shawn won?
World titles?
Yeah. One, right?
Yeah. Sting's got him on world titles.
Sting's got five, and he's been
man.
wrestling less years, so who's the man?
Well, you also got to look at it this way. Most of Shawn's career he spent in the AWA.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
He spent a lot of it out in the AWA.
And tagging with Marty Jannetty.
Exactly. So that's, you know, he's never really had a chance at no world titles.
Well, can you repeat that address for the Observer?
Yeah, man, I got you right here. Let me find. All right, here we go. Wrestling Observer newsletter, P.O. Box 1228.
Yeah.
Campbell, California, 95009-1228.
All right. Thanks.
Tell him you heard about it right here.
Oh, I will.
All right, man.
Okay, bye.
Secondhand Heroes and Home for Wayward Villains is a comic book shop and gaming store that also features Magic the Gathering and D&D. Located at 18184 Leesville Road in Evington, Virginia, Secondhand Heroes is your one-stop shop for you to get your nerd on. Open 7 days a week at 11 a.m., they don't close until the dice stop rolling. They buy, sell, trade, barter, and haggle, specializing in collectible toys, both vintage and modern, comics, Magic the Gathering, video games, console, and arcade cabinets to play, all set to free play. Host your game night with us. Monday night D&D, video game competitions, and so much more. Something for the collector and gamer in us all. Call 434-317-0121 or shoot us an email with any questions to secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. Note, secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. That's 2ND, handheroesva@gmail.com. Come game with us.